could be very helpful to the soul and to the community. And then of course from there goes the nation. Yeah. It means unity. Unity of the people. And that candle in the room, that black one is mine, is the light, it represents the people.
I have the honor of lighting the candles, and I would appreciate if you all would repeat after me. Kuti Chaluia.
Kuti Chaluia.
Self-determination.
Self-determination.
Ujima.
Ujima.
Collective work and responsibility. Ujama.
Ujama.
Cooperative economics.
Cooperative economics.
As we come together, we live together, we love together, we work together, we spend together, we heal together.
Nia, can you repeat Nia?
Nia.
It's not just a pretty name. It means purpose. Nia is what it means, purpose. Kauma. It means creativity. And another beautiful name, Imani. Which means faith.
Again, thank you all so much for your support. I will never forget this night.
All right, y'all, let's give it up one more time for the Black Nativity cast and crew. So, in honor of Black Nativity, I know that we have none other than Mr. Michael Hayes with us today. I'm also noticing that there are some other cast members that are here, some crew members, some people that had a hand in it. So I am going to invite Michael to come up and share a few words with us about this experience. But is there anybody else that's here that would like to hop on the mic and share something really quick?
Can I ask Michael if you do his speech on that night?
Yes, yes. We all are in alignment about this. All right, so let's welcome up Mr. Michael Hayes.
Thank you. Don't grab the chair. Savannah, you know what? So this was I love doing this play because Danielle gave every artist the opportunity to do what they did best. So it was never a script for me. With the priestess bringing in the ancestors and us praying before we took the stage and, we holding hands and everybody's like in this one place of unity. That was the only time that I really got to think about the sermon that I would give. And we did the play like, 7 times? So it was like 6 times, so it was 6 different sermons, so I don't remember. I'm sorry. But in the way we do is in our culture, we talk about things through our telling of a story. So I want to share something with you guys, how effective and how the play really sent out a ripple effect around not only Asheville, but North Carolina in general. So I'm sitting in Mayheck about 3 weeks ago, and I didn't get asked to do this until about a week ago, but about 3 weeks ago I'm sitting in Mayheck, and waiting to have a meeting, and this older white lady came up and she said, "You're Michael Hayes. I remember you from the Black Nativity play." So, she shook my hand and she sat down and she told me how great the play was and all this good stuff. And I'm like, wow, well, thank you, I appreciate it. And So we sat there for a few minutes and she said, please don't take this personal. And she didn't look around. I was like, oh man, is she about to say some racist stuff? Is she about to? But she did. She said, don't take this personal, but I want to ask you a question. She said, did it work? And I'm like, what do you mean did it work? She said, well, the message of the play was black activity, and you guys were talking about liberation. She said, did it work? Are you free? I said, now this is the crazy part. As soon as she asked that, it's like my whole year like flashed before my eyes. So she asked me, did it work? So let me tell you what flashed before my eyes. The radio interview I did with Mr. Super, and he he's a recent graduate from UNCA. Yeah, congratulations. And then the work that he's doing in the community. So, in that aspect, yeah, it's working. When I looked at one of the youngest cast members, his name was Freedom the 10th Wonder. Freedom the 10th Wonder, not only did he inspire something in me, because now I realize we got more young black men out there speaking about more than clubbing, throwing money, drugs, and calling out women out of their names. He set a precedent because now he started this thing like right next door at the block called Freedom Fridays. And if you've never been to a Freedom Friday, he allows artists to come in, musicians, rappers, people that's doing poetry, storytelling, or whatever, to come in and express your talent. So, yes, that's called the ripple effect. I look at the band who played Miss Olympia, Ray, and all of them. That's what they call it. The soul. Okay, the solution. I look at everywhere. They're playing now, spreading their message through the music. So, yeah, it worked. But then my answer to her was, I said, is it working? Did it work? Am I free? And I said, I think you're mistaking freedom and liberation. So I think I got those two mixed up. I said, for me, myself, I've always been free. But for me, I got to see Christians, I got to see people of different walks of faith come together, put on this beautiful performance, this beautiful piece of artwork, and we did it all together. We used our own talents, our own God-given talents to spread this message of liberation. So I said, yeah, for me it worked because I looked at what it did in my life. I was introduced, I've always known the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. But last year, my life was changed dramatically because I got to understand that the ancestors are what's been flowing through my body and my bloodline for a very long time. So freedom is one thing, but to be liberated was another thing. So was I liberated? Yes. Yes, I am. I was able to quit working for companies and start my own. And it's called Umoja. It's the Umoja Health and Wellness and Justice Collective. So for me, yes. And now I look at how collectively we move through community and how collectively I get to see people like Zakia doing the, so we were taking this facilitator class and just watching how many, people of color, but watching how many strong black people were in the presence of this, in this facilitation group. So I get to see community moving as community since this play. So do I believe that we're moving in a place of being liberated? Yes, I do. Do I think there's a lot of work to do? Yes, there is. But because of this play, we have also seen what the arts can really, really bring out when people come together and express themselves through their God-given talents. It was an awesome and amazing. I was like, I missed a few practices at first, so I got chastised. But it was in the best interest of everybody there that chastisement happened, because it brought out the best in me. Like I said, Shimon, it was like every sermon was different, but it was really about the energy of the priestess who brought in, our 3 wise women who brought it in, and it was about the energy of what happened. But I saw so many connections that happened that night that are still relevant to this day. So I'm thankful that I was a part of that. thankful to all of the cast members, to all the people that I met since I did the play, since we did the play. So, yeah, it's an honor. It's an honor. Thank you.
Before you go too far, Michael, one question that I do want to ask you to answer to the whole room is, what do you think, what does it take, if you could say, like, what are 3 key ingredients that really made this what it was and made it special and really allowed you to tell your story?
Oh, wow. So, one, I got to give Danielle Martin props. That's number 1. Yeah, that was the first thing. The second was that everybody it wasn't, you know, you have people that have that God-given ability and that talents, but some nights it wasn't the same cast members, but it was like whoever was there really got into the flow. Like, when I tell you the tone was set through the prayers that were said before we hit the stage, that's what made it so unbelievable. And so everybody brought their A game, everybody brought what they brought to the table. But the key ingredient, man, was just black love, man. It was like the support that we had for each other, the genuine love that we had for each other, propelled people to do their best. But it didn't matter if you did your best or not, because we got your back. You know what I mean? So it was genuine love. I remember that last night. You know, it was some tears shed because. You know, it was crazy though, wasn't it? It's like, it was some tears shed because genuinely we knew that this would never happen again. It could be another Black Nativity, it could be another play, but like that, it would never happen again. And we cherished it, and we still do. I still do. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
One more time, Michael. So in that spirit, and I'm going to invite people who don't necessarily have access to these principles, you're welcome to take a picture by the door. But in that spirit, as we bring our programming and our program time to a close, we want to again present ourselves on the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. So we're going to do a call and response style like we did earlier today. And these are also known as the Nguzo Saba. Everybody say Nguzo Saba. Nguzo Saba. 7 principles of Kwanzaa are Umoja. What's that mean?
Unity.
Unity. Kujichagulia. What we got? Ujima. Who has that one? Collective work and responsibility. Ujamaa. Cooperative. That's right. Who knows the next one? Pop quiz. Because you got a Nia. All right. What is it, Shavonda? Purpose. We got it. What's the next one? Kaumba. Why we're here today. And what's that? Creativity. Can we say it one more time? Creativity. And who are the people that are creative? We are. Everybody. We are. All of us. Ashe. Last one. Imani. And what's that mean? Faith. All right, let's go through and see if we can do them one after the other. Y'all ready? No. Here we go. Somebody said no. We're going to go anyway. We're just going to try for it. Umoja. Kujichagulia. Ujima. Ujamaa. Nia. Kaumba. And Imani. Y'all give it up for yourselves for learning something new. At this time, I'm going to invite Ms. Shavonda Harper to say a couple words to us in regards to her work in Southside community, and then we will close it out with one last little film snippet. So let's welcome up Shavonda Harper, facilities manager at Eddington, longtime resident.
So this speaker made it all the way to the YMI. I can't believe it. But it served its purpose. Thank you for giving me a moment at the end. This celebration, I'm going to call it, was so fulfilling. Today didn't start out so great. But it ended up being better than it started out. I was able to take those meals to Bartlett, because Bartlett has been popping up a lot in conversation today, but we were able to take those meals over to Bartlett and give those out to those residents there.
All right.
They were still kind of warm, so, and they got a gift inside the gift, because that bowl that can be reused.
Good.
So, yeah, so that was beautiful to be able to do that and to come here and then see the Southside stories. To see how much word on the street has grown and to see the Etiquette Center still shining and thriving. We have some hiccups that's happening, but that don't stop the show. And so we're going to keep rolling and keep doing the work that we do. The auditorium project is just moving right along. Walls are going up, we're waiting on lights, we got floors. And the next time we do this, it'll be done here.
All right.
So that's the goal, is to have these types of events happening at the Etiquette Center and keep the community in that space. I love the Southside community, that's where I was born and raised. And Mr. Harris had me back there volunteers, y'all, during his story. And he's been a mentor of mine since I can remember. And sometimes our roles change, where I'm his mentor and he's my mentee. But he sees things in me that I don't, and he sees a bigger picture because he sees I'm home. And so I'm claiming that, I'm looking forward to that, and thank you, Ms. Harris, for that. But thank you all for putting this together, keeping these stories going so everybody can see it, and keep adding to that, because we got a lot of stories to tell, and who better to tell it than us, so that it's told right. That little part that Ms. Phyllis had in her words of the Southside community, that's deep, because we don't have one grocery store where there was 14 before. And so, yeah, just sitting thinking about that and reading that every day of what was lost in our community, we got to start reclaiming stuff and taking back our community. There you go. So that's what the Southside Rising is about, and we are rising. Believe that.
Yes.
Thank you.
One more hand for Shavonda Murphy, y'all. So as we start to come to the very end of our time together, and it's hard to believe that it has gone so fast, but I just wanted to again thank you all for being here for House of Kaumba. This is the third and final installation of Rhythm and Resilience for this year. Really, the Work of Audit project is about uplifting the voices and the organizations and neighborhoods in our community that are at risk of dying. And we know that there's a lot that hangs in the balance with this work, and we also know that there's a lot of beautiful things that can happen with art and with storytelling and really working together. And the work was founded upon the Nguzo Saba. So as we get better as a collective of telling our story, and I try to do a better job of capturing what's happening with us throughout the years as we continue to grow and continue to do this work with community. Just wanted to unveil and share this aspect of our story. And as this ends, we'll go ahead and transition to just some connection, and I want to invite everybody to put more words of gratitude and appreciation around Kwanzaa up as well. So this is Artist Designing Evolution, and art is our response.
My name is Cortina Janelle Caldwell, and I am the founder and creative director for Artist Designing Evolution, also known as that project. We seek to actualize equity, spark creativity, and reclaim the narrative as a strategic response to the disparities and inequities in our communities and also around the world. Specifically, we aim to use creative facilitation, storytelling, service, training and education, and entrepreneurship as our response to the mechanisms in which we hope to drive action and movement toward collective liberation and economic mobility. We want to use crowdfunding as our means to support this work because we understand that the most impactful, sustainable action is going to come from people and from our base of relationships and our collective community. And institutions. ID Project started in 2018 and is in its current structure as a grassroots cooperative. We are Black, brown, queer, and youth-led because we are the ones that are most proximate to the issues and disparities in our community. Our reaches across the Southeast, we recognize that the South has a unique history with social movements and specifically with the preservation of culture and heritage. And so we really want to mobilize and use that as a strength in our approach and not a deficit. People can get involved by making a donation, joining us in our crowdfunding campaign, and becoming members of our cooperative collective movement. You can also get involved and support by sharing our story or just connecting with us and making room for us to share ours. We are artists learning evolution.
Toward inequity. We look at the world around us with hopeful eyes, seeking to leave it better than we found it. We choose cooperation over competition in spaces that welcome our voice. We confront unethical and outdated systems that oppress on the basis of race, ethnicity, gender identity, sexual orientation, ability, zip code, or age. Toward history. Innovators, educators, leaders, artists, musicians, engineers, teachers, preachers, mothers, fathers, daughters, and sons that came before us. We seek to be the living manifestation of our ancestors' dreams by liberating ourselves from anger and centering our own happiness and joy. We take responsibility for knowing our own history and learn from the lessons of the past. Toward community and capacity building. We serve as role models for the next generation. We give the mic to youth and serve as allies for their visions, hopes, dreams, and inventions. We share our expertise with one another, creating a culture of knowledge and opportunity. We create enterprise and business that provide creative solutions to our community's greatest needs. Toward invisibility. We resist by choosing to exist. We stand for what we believe in and advocate for our inclusion in the narrative of communities and culture our people help to build. We model the capacity to use art as a response, an organizing tool, the foundation of facilitation, a method of education reclamation, economic mobility, and the preservation of culture and heritage. We create transformational experiences with intention.
Resumen de los métodos favoritos que se coordina significa artistas desarrollando
But thank you all so much for coming, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you. And one more round of applause for all the amazing arts organizations in our community doing anti-racism, anti-oppression, culture reclamation work. Let's give a round.